took a storage container and he built walls, a roof and doors. You would never know it, but yeah, that did not go over well, did it?
Right, but
Remember?
but what so he takes he's got a metal building and he puts a storage container inside the metal building.
Well, maybe put it on the agenda for
What the
next
heck?
one.
But
We
still,
definitely need to talk about it.
it was.
I think it should be on the agenda. I guess we can revisit it. We'll just talk about it next month, but I can see we have a lot of property for sale in this
A lot of
township.
people have been asking. There's a lot of people have been asking.
And these people are gonna put them on there to store their stuff while they're living out of state and come up here on weekends, and it could be across the street from somebody's really nice house. And it's just,
Do you want it next to your house? Because I don't want it next to mine.
I do not. And
Go.
so,
So
There's houses
why
that
would we
they
be,
don't know.
why would we,
put it on the agenda?
Right,
if we
so
don't really want it?
if this body's not interested
Well,
in
is there
changing our tune,
is there another way that we can approach it? You know, can you put sheeting on them and put some trusses on it, put a roof over it?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
I mean,
you're building it, literally building a garage to store something else in it. I mean,
So
that's the way you want to go, fine.
Yeah, there you go.
You might as well build the garage.
Right.
Yeah.
well,
But I mean, if somebody wanted to, you know,
Right.
like we had Rosenthal here, he wanted to put tin on the outside and make it match his house. You know,
Right.
what materials would you?
So maybe there is a.
Can I side a storage container and put trusses on top of it and shingle it?
Yeah,
Why
put a
not?
roof over top of it, put siding on it.
Yeah.
But then
2x4s on the side, put siding on it, put a roof over top of it.
a prime example of one that don't work. Dan Incorporated, right down here by
Yeah,
your
So
old
you have
mobile home.
to, you have to follow through and finish the project.
Yeah.
There you go. But when they don't, what do? Because we have had citation after citation after citation. After
Yeah, I
citation.
mean, none of you should.
and the guy that had the permit to do it didn't do it right, and now he's passed away.
What do you do with a house that don't get finished?
It sits vacant.
Okay.
We can tear it down. We have the right to do that.
have it
Storage container.
condemned and.
Okay, but that's a little different.
That's easier.
By code, we have the law to back us. But
Yeah, but that one, they gave him a permit to do it.
Mhm.
I think it's a really hard thing to do halfway. I think it's either you allow it or you don't.
I agree.
And I think if you try, maybe there's some kind of
Conditions.
middle ground, but then you open up that can of worms of really difficult to make sure everybody complies with the way you want it done.
So what you're telling me, if I really want a storage container, I just leave it on a truck and register the truck and I can back up my yard.
No, because you can use a semi-trailer for storage, regardless if it's licensed or not.
That's on the ordinance too.
If it's on wheels and being able to drive.
And yeah,
Can't use it for storage. You'd have to pull it out.
Here today.
Move it. So I gotta move it 10 feet.
Well, yeah.
So we'll-
Pull it out, drive around the block and park it.
I guess I'm fine with it being on the agenda if we know what direction, if we know why we have it on the agenda, if we have a
Well,
direction.
people
we
are
wanna
asking
go.
questions.
We can
Whether
talk
we
about
prove it
it.
or don't approve it.
That's all.
We're
Just
changing.
talk about it. We
Yeah.
definitely are changing it.
I think we've talked about it.
Yeah. But it ain't on our agenda. We can't take action.
But next time Josh's phone rings,
I'll
I
think of-
want him to have something to sit, some sort of a reason.
A different answer for him?
Negative
Or just
impacts
that-
to property
Yeah,
value,
we review it.
safety concerns with it not being anchored down.
I do believe the surrounding communities
Setbacks.
don't allow,
I agree with you,
so.
Adam.
I mean, it's not just that we have an ordinance not allow, I mean, we have an ordinance, yes, that's the first part of the answer, but the reason we have an ordinance is because there are numerous factors that affect the town.
Right.
And we've deemed it in a negative way. We've had just as many complaints about these things as we do requests for them, so
Right.
I don't know.
So we'll think about
Yeah, you think.
whether, I mean, maybe that, just a discussion on some minutes again about
Right.
that, to reiterate the decision we made.
It doesn't mean we change anything.
Right. That's everything I have. I don't have any updates.
No.
Patty? James?
You have enough volunteers for the 25th.
No. You want to?
I'll volunteer.
All right, perfect.
Got it.
I don't even know actually, but we'll take all the volunteers.
We'll take all the
I was gonna
volunteers.
say.
It gets to be very busy.
Yes, it gets.
No, you got the 24th, but that's not on, there's no 24th on the calendar. It says 24th and 25th there.
No,
October.
No, April.
April.
April 25th and 24th. Or no, it is October 24th. I'm reading it wrong.
I don't know if we want you.
Just come on the 25th
Yeah,
Not
let's
the
go on the
24th.
25th.
of October.
Of October. That'll be a Sunday.
All right, Christie, you got anything?
Just one thing that I would like to bring up. Last meeting, we had public comment where the two young men were allowed to come in and show their design, which I appreciated. But I just want us to be a little bit more careful about that. We had an awful long discussion with them and we're giving them questions and feedback. That was public comment. There should not have been a whole lot of what if you do this, what if you change that. When you go back and look at the video, it really, if we're going to have somebody come in and even say like, what do you think about this? Would this be something we should move forward with? Let's please put it on the agenda so we can actually have conversation with them. Because literally it was public comment and other people may look at that video and be like, well, maybe I had something to say about that. And granted, they're going to come back with a plan, but we really are kind of loose and open with our Robert's rules occasionally. And that is a section where it should have been on an agenda.
You want them, maybe to have Josh put it on there as what?
Well, no, I'm not saying like they need to come back, but if somebody's going to come in and
No, I agree with you
throw an
100%.
idea,
Don't take
Okay.
advantage
Start
of public
talking
comment
Robert's rules, it
time.
yeah.
Okay.
could
Well,
get a little,
So if somebody wants to come in and say, we just want to get an idea of what the plan
Okay.
commission is, have them put it on the agenda as somebody wants to present an idea or
Okay.
on, this property.
I wasn't
that
here,
property.
but I tried to watch the whole thing and the video one wasn't available. And that's where video one, I couldn't find it on the YouTube. I can only see 2, 3, and 5
Okay.
minutes of 4.
I just
I
think
can't-
it should better. That's
So,
what.
I actually think part one,
Yeah, because technically
was
public
the
comment. we're not
3-second
supposed
blip.
to comment.
I did a test blip before we started.
And then it didn't
And I
upload
think-
the whole thing. It just
Well,
uploaded
it was
the clip.
if you look on that date, it was 3 seconds, and then the next video was part 2.
But part 2 wasn't the beginning of the meeting.
It wasn't?
No, it was hours 7 to 8.
Okay.
Could be. Well, maybe you're correct because I watched.
With your kids.
I'm not gonna lie,
With
you
your
guys.
kids
I
in
put you on 1.33 speed, so you talked a little bit like chipmunks. But I wanted to get as much as I could. It's important.
I just,
Okay.
yeah,
No,
So I was one of those views. This
I
last
agree. I mean,
I think
Okay.
it should be a little bit.
so they just want to know if they can move forward or not, and this is a great place to come here to find that out.
Right.
But we could have said like, proposed business inquiry or something like that.
Yeah, the reason that I did it that way was, to avoid having them pay a $300 review fee
Mm.
for
if they
coming
can-
in and getting some ideas, but now that you're saying it like that's just asking for an opinion, so I
Yeah.
can just,
Yeah, like we could have had that as an agenda, and looking
Yeah,
back, we could
okay.
have had it as an agenda even without paying it.
okay,
And then we could have said, why don't you come to our April meeting
With the-
with your site plan, pay your $300 or
Okay.
whatever. So,
okay.
Yeah. I just think, because none of us here just let it be public comment. We
Okay.
all interact and
We do.
correspond
Yep.
and it's over. Step
Got it.
over. I just think we all are a little bit better off that we keep it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rob?
Well, I would agree with Christie. If, and that's an example, if they're gonna do that, or the next person's gonna do that, we would like to share information with them, like you said, the site plan, as far as landscaping designs and building designs and parking and runoff and all of that. I think that would be all good things to discuss before they actually spend a bunch of money and draw up a site plan and then bring it in and see if we approve it. I think that would be great tools for them to have, and then go back and make a site plan and come
Right.
back. I'm not saying that it always has to be that way, but if they're a legitimate developer that wants to do something good for our community, they would do that, I would think, up front. And if they do have materials that they want to hand out, they should have it for each one of us, because I found it really confusing when he handed one of the drawings out and you were looking at it, and then everybody's talking, but you're trying to look at this.
Right.
Whereas if we had even a small, everything that they hand out should be, they should have 8 copies, and we should all have them, and we should start with each one and go through it and not hand somebody something and then, because I was trying to read through the blueprint of whatever it was, and there was a lot of discussion going on that I couldn't even.
And you just reiterated your concern.
Okay.
We had blueprints during public comment, you know, so,
Big ones.
right? One big one.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
He
It would just
didn't
make
have blueprints, he had a site plan, totally different,
Yeah.
just so you know.
I'm not done.
Oh, go ahead. What else you got?
I want to go back to number 8. The discussion on the solar. We didn't discuss anything. We had a presentation, but I don't know. We didn't discuss anything as a board. And I think this is a pretty important topic. We didn't talk about it at all. I mean, what do we all feel about what we heard tonight? Or do we discuss that next month? I don't know. I've got a lot of questions, and I think I would like to share some of them with you. Maybe not tonight's the night, but I
Do you think some of your questions will be answered by some or fed and maybe evolve a little bit based on what they follow up with a little bit? Because we kind of did task them with sharing some of the specific things. He wanted to reference a lot of different studies, a lot of different events. I think that there may be some value in that stuff. Maybe there's not.
if we get that stuff before our next meeting, I think that would be really, really nice that we could read through it on our own time, some of these studies, because I question some of these studies and some of these containers that they put on fire and it only burned for 6 hours. Excuse me for being a little more cautious than that. I just don't take what some people say, and my job, I feel, is to protect our first responders and our community and our groundwater, and we need to do that as much as we can.
Is there any questions that you have or concerns that you'd like to share tonight to let us think about?
I think there's no reason why, when we mentioned a well instead of the tank, but again, it might not have been his position to say, that is a good idea, and if you guys think that's better than a tank,
This guy said that.
Yeah.
Maybe you couldn't hear that.
Okay,
This guy said,
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
basically said
I
that,
didn't hear that.
well, I could be wrong. We'll be able to watch it back. Maybe the video will pick it up. But I believe this guy said that's absolutely something we'll take under advisement, or it was acknowledged like that. Nothing was definitive there. That what's been talked about is a tank,
Okay,
but that a well wouldn't be out of the question. And then you guys doubled down and said, yeah, we actually really encouraged it on the first one because of all these reasons. I definitely think all that was heard, but the Henry guy commented during that section, and I heard it and went, okay, that's reasonable that it's, but the speaker here present, he didn't really seem like he wanted to commit to that. But like I said,
don't think that was in his.
it's not really
It wasn't in his purview. He was the battery guy.
yeah.
But that could be a specific follow-up from us that, hey, it was a very important point of our in-person time. And are you going to consider more than a
Well,
tank?
they should. I don't think we should put it out as a question. I think as a group, we need to discuss this. I don't want to question, well, would you consider it? I think us as a group need to discuss this. Is it something that we recommend, not even recommend, but require that they have a well and that they have a bladder underneath this, and that the containment
Because
pond has a
this
bladder.
battery portion of the project is, as they put, separate from the solar project. It's on the same site, but it's not part of the initial Saratoga solar project.
Correct.
So that there is an opportunity for us to have different separate developer agreements, separate whatever it may be, and put some of that. That's the point you're making.
Yeah.
Because if this battery storage portion is all part of the wheels that are already turning, I guess I wonder what besides.
Well, I guess he answered the questions, but it was relevant to a test that someone did, and I'm sure that it met all the standards, and that's what they're going to build this by. But us as a community who is concerned for our citizens, can't we request that you put a well in, you put a hydrant in on the end of every roll? The costs of those, I don't know, can be found from, I could call Roberts Irrigation if I had the
Sure.
site plan and knew what the
Relative to
dimensions
the
of this
project,
was.
it's a fractional expense.
I
for
could
them, so.
say, here's what it's gonna cost, put the well in and put hydrants and 8-inch plastic pipe and some electricity to turn the switch on. I could call, Cranberry Marsh and find out who supplies them with their rubber bladders. They build marsh ponds all over the place. I mean, the pond at the campground's made with a rubber bladder under it, so they make those. I don't know how much they cost, but I mean, that stuff's out there and it's, I don't think would be over their budget to do it, and I don't think it's unreasonable to request it. I don't think that, but I think that's my opinion right here. I think that's something we need to discuss as a group.
Would it be realistic to say, once we read their research, and come back, form a list of expectations of what we would like to see to hand over to them for the battery storage?
Yeah, make a
Plan.
recommendation to the board and have the board make it a requirement.
Yeah, because then you're getting away from that. This is what we would like to see. We can say this is an expectation of what we want.
This is what you should do.
But we should have some answers back by the time we meet again. I would guess.
Yeah. I mean, everybody can go on the Public Service Commission and see everything that everybody else can see.
No, but Henry kept referring to whoever.
Oh,
was
yeah,
present.
Sejal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sejal, she had another meeting tonight, so she wasn't able to tune in with us.
But in all reality, the presenters, instead of sending us to a website that's got 1,000 pages to it, the ones that we're talking about could be separated out very easily by him because he referenced them tonight, so he knows where they are and they're available to him. It would be easy for him to email our group them, the test studies and some of the questions we had, but we never really requested that. So,
But the test studies that he volunteered to get us was not something he's submitting. It was something that had been previously.
no, and that's what they're basing
Yeah.
why they only need 10,000 gallons and why they don't need to we don't have to catch the water because we burned one and there was no contaminants, and that's, do some research and you'll find some other answers. I mean, you can get in any answer you want. when you
That's a
research
fact.
stuff.
That is
I
a
mean,
fact.
I can come up with a lot of research that says
Yep.
a lot of contamination in the groundwater with
Yep.
these burns. But it is a fact. They're getting a lot better than they were. That's a fact. But we're gonna have 163 of them here now. Total. You're 8.84 miles from them. Mr. Peterson's even closer than you, and I'm closer than both of you, and we've got a lot of residents that are close to this. And,
Well, the good point is that they only have a 20-year lifespan.
well, they're putting new ones in.
Yeah, but then they
They'll be
gotta come
obsolete in
back.
10. They'll put all new ones in 10.
We hope so, because then they'll have to come back.
Yeah, depending on degradation.
But out of all of those, the failure rates compounded by the amount of them that we have. I mean,
Sure.
it only takes a couple sensors not working and they're gonna fail at some point.
I guess I'm being more optimistic because I'm thinking we have a lot of cars that are battery powered. And if you look at how many we got versus how many explode, I mean, the rate is pretty small. So that's kind of how I look at these batteries too. And maybe that's wrong because I don't know a lot about either one, but I would like to learn more. So I am all about getting as many studies as I can, and not all those studies that I want are from the solar people. I would like to get more independent studies.
Well, and NFPA must have done some studies too.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The
I can
NFPA
honestly say I feel better having more knowledge
Yes,
about how they were designed, the amount of sensors, because yes, sensors are going to falter and burn out, but that's what trips the sensor that they're burnt out. I mean,
Yeah.
and I appreciated that they sent the battery guy here, but even though it's like a car salesman, they're going to tell you the good stuff, but I appreciated that he explained the design. I did not know there were 3 things inside
Triple
the
wall.
battery, triple wall. I did not realize there was a separate modulator on each section. And if one trips, it is connected to 3 different places
Yeah.
that's going to send. That's all stuff I was not aware of.
Me?
So I'm feeling better about that. The contamination of the possible contamination of water and land, and the whole fact they're here, of course, I don't feel that way.
Right.
But I do appreciate they showed up in person to explain that.
And this is a long-term project. It's 25 years, so now take that cost of that high capacity well and some plastic pipe and a rope bladder and divide that by that many
Yeah.
years.
Well, the
I
well
just
line-
think that we should do.
I'm not so sold on those water lines, the plastic water lines and the fire hydrants as much as I am on the actual high capacity well. I don't know that the plastic would withhold, what we got going here.
What do they run city water at?
120 plastic.
Underground.
Yeah.
And I don't think.
That's what you gotta run.
And how much pressure does a pumper truck put out?
Away from electrical lines. So,
But-
because water is a conduit of electricity too. So you can't have both of them side by side, there's gotta be separation. I would just be wanting to know what they plan before we start telling them that, no. I mean, we want it our way or no way. Let's hear what they got to say before we start. Because they're the ones that are supposed to have the knowledge and they have to follow the NFPA. They don't have a choice. So I would like to hear.
Right, but if that tells them that I, as a resident, and my concerns, I think, are legitimate. I don't think
know they
the
are.
cost value difference here is what
Well, they'd have to bury a 10,000 gallon tank. There's no way you can
Right.
not frozen. They'd have to have a valve to suck in air because when you empty a 10,000 gallon tank that fast, it's gonna suck in like you won't believe.
1,600 gallons a minute.
Yeah.
And they have to bury it below the frost line and then it has the possibility of floating because of our water tables. I mean, I don't foresee that
Yeah,
as
not
being
here.
something.
Out by the casino, we did that. We floated one.
Anyway, I'd like to see what they're going to come up with and I'd like to see their reports, but I don't think I would rely on their report.
And it'll be on, we'll have it on the agenda next
Right.
Yeah.
next
Yep,
meeting.
yep.
It's, I already have it circled. It's perpetually on the agenda, and
Yep.
hopefully given whatever else is on the agenda, maybe we'll have a little more time to actually talk about it. I mean, the first hour and 15 minutes was more or less a listening session, like I said, a presentation. So, I think bring back those top key areas of concern.
Right.
Let's come up with
Do our own
our
research.
expectations, on erring on the side of spending a little more money to be double, triple,
Yeah.
quadruple safe is better than pretending we're good until we're not. Like,
Right.
I totally agree.
But do our own research too. Don't just listen to what somebody else is telling us.
No, I don't think we can. In this case, I just don't.
But I think
I mean, all our firemen are volunteers. I don't want them to have to, I mean, the mill could catch on fire. There could be way more hazards with that. But this is different. This isn't here yet. And if there's any steps we can take to protect them, let's just do it. as
Well,
much
Mike
as we
Harches
can.
will be right on top of that.
Looks good. We talk often and a lot. And to be honest, I never heard of him doing this test, like you were stating. He's never mentioned that to me, but I
He
will ask him.
explicit it is exactly what they did,
I'll
how
ask
he
him.
timed it and sent the trucks.
well, and maybe
How they wouldn't let them in the gate.
Well, that I
The
knew.
plant, that he had to do it on range line roads, so I don't think he was making that up. It was all
Well,
good
I don't
story.
think he is
was.
making it up. I
Yeah.
just want to know how he documented it and what he's seen.
He
And
had to, that's his
How he-
job. If one caught on fire, he has to make sure he has enough water there, and how many trucks is it gonna take, and where's he gonna get it?
Well, I'm sure that what he did was that nozzle has a capacity of X number of gallons per minute.
Right.
And that's what he's basing
right.
his numbers off of. And I mean, it's everything is there, so he's gonna use up X number of gallons in that 14 hours. And with that nozzle at 100%. And, but like the guy said, as the temperature goes down on your surrounding area, the less water you're gonna have to have. That's in his defense, but I go along with you. You wanna be at the 100% for X number of hours.
You wanna be at 110%.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
3 days.
Plan for the worst.
Because you got water, you got vegetation possibly to take care of as well.
And to me, why they would not want a high capacity well there. Now, even, I don't know if the well itself is gonna supply that much water as needed at that particular time either. I mean, what?
Well, it's
60,
gonna
80
supply a lot more than 10,000 gallons does,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
my pool has more than
Or
10,000
six
gallons.
pumps.
of water. Sorry,
You know,
come on now.
Well, and would it be beneficial if we're gonna talk about this next week and maybe come up with a few expectations to invite Mike and ask him if he could come and be a co-contributor to a list of, if we need to come up with a few expectations of things that you really would like to see in the development plan for the battery storage.
Well, what have you got for the first one? We're pretty much satisfied with the first one.
Battery storage.
It does, but I don't think there is a development thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you guys realize that Mike Harchie does not get paid for covering those solar farms?
No, I did not.
He was working on something.
No. So how this works is, we get money in lieu of property taxes. Your property taxes cover your fire coverage. If he's not getting property taxes, if he's not getting the money from the solar for fire coverage, he's covering them for nothing. All our fire departments are covering them for nothing.
You're saying that those properties don't contribute to the fire department's budget? The
They don't
allocation.
contribute to our taxes. We get the money from the state, which comes from the solar,
But was it
in
Mike,
lieu of taxes.
was it Mike working on getting specialized equipment?
He's been asking.
Yeah.
And to that response, I will have to say, we are getting now money. It went through the Senate already. We're getting money for not only the solar farms, now we're gonna get money for the battery storage areas. But I'm just saying that, we're asking the fire departments to do all this extra stuff, but
Not realizing.
they're not, I guess you guys didn't realize they were not getting compensated for it.
Oh, you're saying just,
Because of taxes.
yeah, the solar is tax exempt, where the house across the street, I mean, the fire department gets paid X number of dollars, no matter if they pull their truck out of the house or not.
From the tax-paying citizens of the town of Saratoga.
Yes.
But these are not tax-paying citizens.
Where years ago, they got paid every time they came out of the barn. Now they're getting paid no matter if they run the truck or not. But there's no tax base there paying them.
Right.
But
There's no reason for them to pull it in the barn.
So you'd make the same argument about schools and churches within Nakusa, like Nakusa Fire Department doesn't get
Yeah.
paid
Yeah,
by
but they
schools
don't
and
use,
churches,
yeah.
but they would need to protect them.
in a way, yes,
I mean,
in a
it's-
way,
it's a-
it's the same thing.
Portion
Yeah,
of the jurisdiction they have. I don't know.
Well, and that's why I asked the question though, of training, who pays for that?
I
mean,
kinda
they
chuckled.
should be-
But that should have been I was surprised there was a little bit of hesitation there because it's like,
But
why wouldn't they? But
The previous.
it's a
solar
funny
did.
question to ask.
But he didn't answer it though.
But that's because
He talked about-
it's not his
I didn't
right
know the
to
answer,
ask
yeah.
that.
And he did say, I don't write the checks, so I can't say for sure, but typically we take care of it.
Kind of all goes into, we should discuss this a little more.
Right, and we will.
Okay.
It's gonna be ongoing.
Josh, to answer your question about that camping at the gun club, it says in our ordinance that they can have a maximum of 4 camping for 15 days on any site. Maximum of 4 campers for 15 days on any site. That's what our ordinance says.
Anybody can?
Well, what it exactly says is that, oops.
Because that's considered a business out there. You're talking about the.
A
gun club, right?
maximum of 4 camping units beyond, oh, that's beyond 15 days, just a minute. Just a minute. Sorry.
I thought the camping ordinance though was for residential properties. Because the gun club would be considered residential property. Because we were talking about people that came in
Well-
land and put in a driveway.
And the resident concerned told me that he would put money on, they are charging for camping there,
Oh,
which would be different than
different, yep,
a family reunion,
right.
you know?
It says a maximum of 4 camping units beyond any 15 continuous camping days. So,
And we don't have it specified as residential? Property?
Wanted to have a concert over the weekend or something.
a one-time registration is requested by the town of Saratoga prior to initial camping within the town.
Request.
Within the town, and it's requested, it's not required.
Yeah, then I knew because we went back and forth on this.
Maybe we should look into that.
They have to have a address
Well,
file.
you have a camping permit.
But I mean, like an event, a camping event permit. That would say that. Maybe a couple of.
This ordinance applies to undeveloped
camping
private
event.
lands in the town of Saratoga. Camping is prohibited on town of Saratoga public properties. So undeveloped private lands, so vacant property. So,
So it's prohibited in public,
Parking lots. Because that's.
so
essentially
you can have
parking
it like on a 40-acre parcel where you don't have a house. You
Right.
could camp. That's what we initially wanted it for.
lot. Right. And so I don't think we addressed anything in regards to having it on a business.
well,
No, it says private property,
Private property.
undeveloped private lands.
Private lands could potentially be owned by a business, still private. It's just not public. There's the difference between
Exactly.
public and private doesn't imply owned by an individual as a residential or
Right, an
That's a
LLC can own
business.
private property.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I see where you're going with
but I don't know. I'm not saying I don't even know if we kind of know what the complaint was, but we don't even know if we have a problem or not.
According to the
Probably.
ordinance.
Throw it on the agenda for next month or what? What do you guys want to do?
I'll address it.
It's almost
myself.
9:00.
I'll address it and make a report.
yeah, if we have to put it on a future agenda, we will, but it doesn't have to be on ours.
Okay.
Anything else?
No,
No, sir. You sure?
Lorelei,
Yeah.
does the Saratoga Solar actually have 100% of their permits from the public service?
No.
Or are they still working on it?
No, we have, the only thing they have is the development agreement from us, and from the public service, they've only submitted their documentation. That's why they're only allowed to clear land.
So they're
They're like-
still in
they're-
limbo.
Yep.
So a lot of the questions that we have, they,
They're
Can't
not-
answer it.
can't
That's
answer.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time to ask them then.
It is absolutely
well,
the best
they
time.
don't
to ask.
have an answer.
Right.
That's
Or
part
the
of
best
it,
time
too.
to determine what our
Expectations.
expectations are. Oh, hold on, I got to do this. My brain just did the thing.
Oh, no.
We're potentially looking at a path of building improvements and committing to the town, or trying to commit to the town that it's money that'll be realized as part of Saratoga Solar. But yet, is that a little bit of a burden the nest before it's in the hand,
No.
kind of?
No, I actually talked to the attorney just about this the other day. There are 3 places in this agreement that says, if they don't develop it, we get the money. If during the course of development, if there's something that's an emergency situation, like we get a tornado or something, we still get the money. And if they decide not to do it, we still get the money. All 3 of those have been addressed.
And we're already at that point.
And we're already at that point.
So
We
have that
it-
ready for your annual meeting,
Yep,
because
I have it right here. I'll
that'll
send
be
you
a
the
very
mill.
important thing to be able to comment on very
Yeah, what if-
confidently, that
Yep.
even though this project isn't fully finished, the
Yep.
financial benefit to the town is a commitment that has almost no escape clause, it sounds like.
And it's guaranteed by
Which is wild.
bonds and by insurance.
So what is the first year of payment for that one?
That one,
2028?
28.
2028,
Okay,
May of 2028 is when we start receiving payment. Full construction
2 years.
starts fall of 2026, and they feel they're on schedule because of their submittals, but,
so what's the time frame for the building project? Next, like a year from now?
full construction starts in the fall of 2026.
No, I think she said
No,
building project.
This
For
building.
our
Oh,
building.
our
So we're
building.
looking
Oh,
like
I'm sorry.
2027
I don't know.
realistically, would probably be.
Okay, so if this gets approved, the first thing we gotta do is have a full set of plans, looked at by an engineer. The engineering has to be done. Then they have to get sent to the state for approval. Then when they come back, they go out for bids. And my recommendation to the board is going to be to do it in stages, with the first stage being Public Works, and to try to get Public Works in there this year yet.
Oh, you're looking at this year.
For Public Works only. For the remodel, then I'd like to see the demolition in the spring and then the remodel in the
But you
fall.
think you can contract somebody? for
I don't
for
know.
This year yet?
I don't know. It depends on how fast.
I mean,
I-
we don't have, all bids, so.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty straightforward building. The Public Works is pretty straightforward. It's a big hollow building with one office in the front. That's pretty straightforward. The biggest problem will be getting the state to get it approved. The state is notorious for taking weeks, months. It can be run to Madison or Green Bay or Appleton, wherever we can get it approved. Yeah, that's the big holdup is the state.
You try to have financing that has interest only for 24 months prior to principal and interest payments, kind of a strategy, so you don't pay the full, you're not paying a full annual,
Yeah, construction loan.
right? Have it be, well,
We have set money aside in the budget. So.
Yeah,
we're
I think
good
you had some money set
Yeah.
just for
prepare
that,
you to
for
when-
that purpose.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
a
that all
couple
makes sense.
100,000 set aside.
Okay.
Starting.
I have one more thing. You had mentioned the dentist office with
Oh, the trucks.
Yeah,
all of this. Is
Yeah.
that, so they're totally separate, the property to the south and Austin's is totally separate.
the owner of Austin's owns the dentist office and the land. And the land next to that that's being
The
cleared
north side, the south,
South.
south.
is
of
owned by someone different.
somebody else. Okay,
These two
different
fellows
area.
The two young fellows.
Yeah, that's, is a mess over there.
It certainly is.
Okay.
Look.
It's done for
Adam,
me.
you have anything?
no,
Okay. Lorelei, do you have anything further? Alright, takes care of that. Our next meeting will be May 13th, 2026 at 6 o'clock. Agenda items.
I've got the 4 staples. Information from the Recreation Ad Hoc Committee, discussion of operations ordinance, town building updates, solar project updates, and discussion. Numbers 5 through 8 on this month's agenda will carry over. And then I added storage containers. I don't even know what you want me to, if you want me to, just storage containers discussion, good enough?
Do we need the operations ordinance on there now? We passed it, it's done.
I think we're done. You
Oh.
just wanted me to send it to Plainfield
I mean, that's it.
Okay.
and a report.
Yeah, did we want feedback from, did we ask for feedback from residents, or not from residents, but from surrounding municipalities, or? As long as they're
That
aware
could
of it?
just be in the comment or something,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, and there's nothing.
Information and announcements.
Alright, we can take, what, item
6 off.
6 off. Okay. Alright, we don't have anything else, entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Dan to
Second.
adjourn. Second by Adam, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay.
Eight.
All good.